Merry Christmas from the Poe family.
And I'm Steve Poe, your captain.
Kaitlin Poe.
First mate, second mate.
Hey, the first mate's me, Kitt.
Oh, I thought you were my little buddy.
I'm little buddy.
Oh, okay.
We started off our year the right way. We went skiing up in Big Bear, California.
And oh my gosh, we found out exactly how long it had been since we gone skiing because we were so sore that the doctor prescribed medicinal alcohol for us for the second day. So Kitt and I didn't get to go skiing the second day. We were up there with the Jumbecks and it was an amazing trip. What did you get to do on the second day?
I went snowboarding for the very first time. It's a lot harder than it looks, let me tell you. Spend more time on your butt and your knees than anything else.
That's kind of what it looked like. It was snowing so deep. We took the camper up there. We had to put snow chains on, and we had about, I guess, maybe 12 to 15 inches of snow while we were there.
I think we were also on the evening news one day.
They couldn't believe any idiot would be up there driving a camper in that kind of snow.
This is our little niece, Allison Poe. She was a clown and she did not want to take this outfit off. She would go around all day with it on if she had her way.
Reminds me a little bit of you and the tutu that you wore to Hawaii one year, and you wore the tutu the entire 2 weeks that we were in Hawaii.
Thank you very much. This is Allison's older brother, Brandon.
Also in a partying mood.
Yep, that was at Josh's birthday party.
Oh yeah, this is just a flattering face of myself. I was going to eat my cake.
This is some of the Poe boys, Steve, Dennis, and Brian, getting together at one of the birthday parties.
Grandma.
And what's Grandma doing?
Looking at us.
Jean Ann Poe. These are the Hipshers that came down. These are Josh's grandparents, and Jim and Ruth Ann Hipsher. And there's Allison, Brandon, and Dana, and Joshua. So there's the happy family. That was in February.
This is at Aunt Shirley's 70th birthday party.
And she doesn't look a day over 69. Actually, she looks a lot younger than that. Good-looking lady.
We had the chance to go to the El Centro Air Show this year and watch Greg Poe fly.
Acrobatic flight, and he's there in the center with the flight costume on. That's one of his students there to the left of him, who was also performing at the air show. What a great day it was, huh? And you got to ride with him. I got to ride with him.
Cool.
Neat.
This is me and Katie. I love making faces in pictures, and Katie, of course, got mad at me after she saw the picture. But hey, having fun while taking pictures isn't a crime.
Yeah, but she was squeezing just a little too hard, right?
Yeah, just a little. Grammy and Gramps got a chance to come down and visit us again this year. And here's a picture while they were here.
While the girls are on spring break for Easter.
And the three siblings.
I call them the Three Stooges.
Three caballeros.
This is Easter picture after we all went out to church.
And Easter is always just a little different in the desert. You notice we don't have any ties on. Hawaiian shirts are kind of the modus operandi.
Here's most of the Poe cousins. We're actually missing Logan and Hunter, but there's Julia, Bradley, Sean, Barrett, Christopher, Kaitlin, Alyssa, Allison, Josh, Kyle, Stephanie, and Brianna.
And that's pretty good, pretty fast. Okay, the Stualis came down. This is, when was this? Is this still in March, or were we in April? Bob and Carol, good friends from college, bar owners, engineers, professors.
You name it, they've done
entrepreneurial types, and us. And I've given so many people bunny ears that I decided this year I'd be different and I'd give myself bunny ears. And it worked out pretty good.
This is my instructor, Dr. Beth Tibbs. She's a very good friend of the family, and she's a very good singer.
And so what is she instructing you on? Tuba? Trombone?
No, my voice.
Oh, your voice, okay.
We also got the chance to see Uncle John and Aunt Martha this year, about 3 times actually. Once at the beginning of the year in June and then again in November.
And this is what we like to do with most of our guests, so come on down, or when you come on down, we'll take you to Mexico and we'll have a little Mexican fare.
Dos tacos. I guess actually you had
Carne
tres
asada.
tacos. And this is me, and I'm cooking. Imagine that. I'm always in how many cooking contests every year? 3 or 4.
Yeah, but this one
Half
wasn't.
dozen.
This was a scholarship.
Oh, this is scholarship dinner. Okay, this was no contest.
That's right.
You are the winner.
I was a winner, yeah. I think we cooked Dutch oven for about 125 people that day. That's pretty good. Okay, who can explain who this person is?
We had a foreign exchange student for a couple of months.
Couple of months.
While the dorms were closed during the summer. Her name was Yoon Cook, and she made us authentic Korean food.
Yep, and it was so hot. I don't know if you can tell on that picture, but I'm actually sweating just holding it. But it was a lot of fun and kind of interesting. She couldn't speak very much English, so she tended to watch a lot of DVDs in her room so that she could pick up the English language. And by the time she left at the end of the summer, she talked like John Wayne.
This is a couple girls at Grammy's house, right?
Couple of girls, yeah. Y'all a couple of girls there.
Yeah.
You got any more specific details?
Yeah, that's Aunt Jan, Grammy, Mom, and Aunt Martha.
Okay.
These are a couple of more girls, and then this would be the cousins all getting together during June, and we have Ben in the back, Katie Rain, Kaitlin, and Stephanie.
Feral cousins,
Yes.
as in wild cousins.
And this is to show you how wild we get. We were doing the
Can.
can downstairs in Grammy's basement.
I would do the can if I could.
While we were in Arkansas, we got the chance to play quite a bit of golf. This is me and Mom on a nice golf course called Diamante.
Yeah, that was a nice golf course, all right. The greens were like glass. So once you hit the ball up there, yeah, cellophane hole, you just watched it just ride off one side, the other side. Beautiful place.
Yep.
And I think this was about in June.
That was definitely in June.
Definitely in June.
Definitely. And the reason why we were there was because Stephanie
I went to camp and I had so much fun.
was an ecology camp for
Yeah.
How much fun did you have?
Oh, a lot of fun. I held snakes, I stuff.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
And I just happen to have a picture of that in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cob snake, I think,
Phew.
because of the corn patterns on them.
The corn
bottom.
patterns.
So this is one of those pictures that we get to take. My mom and dad get to see this from their porch out back every morning. This is in the summer. It was a sunrise, as I recall.
At Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. And that
Yep.
lake is...
DeSoto, Lake DeSoto.
This is Allison and Brandon having a good time together.
Just before we were leaving for the summer.
Yeah, can you explain our summer travels? We went to Arkansas for how long? 12 days. We came back for how many days?
2.
2 days. And then we left again for
Almost 2 months.
2 months. So this is the start of our summer sabbatic. This was the traveling summer.
We stopped by Logan, Utah to visit all of our friends. There's Chelsea, Stephanie, Kaitlin, Teresa, and Mandy.
And
Moles and the Millers.
Right. And so what we did is we went the east side up to Whidbey Island, and then when we returned, we went down the west side in California.
And on the way, we stopped off in Idaho, here again visiting Greg Poe and his family up in Idaho.
This is up in Whidbey Island.
Actually, wouldn't this be at the Olympic Peninsula?
Specifically,
Yep.
Yep.
And I had a good time racing around everybody.
And there we are, back to our cover shot,
Nia Bay.
Nia Bay, and that
Cape
was
Flattery.
Cape Flattery, which is the farthest west and north point in the contiguous
Right,
United
continuous United
States.
States. Right.
And it looks like a poster child, on there. So it was just a fabulous place. I remember mostly the steps to get down to these places. Do you remember how many steps it was?
I don't know, but you counted exactly, and it was It was like 1,000 something.
It was, I believe it was over 2,300 steps or something like that.
Okay, then it was that many.
And those were steps, not feet. It was a good solid mile coming back uphill, and it was a real high.
It's another picture up at Cape Flattery.
How do you explain this flower child?
This is one of my famous poses by yours truly, Stephanie Poe.
And that was definitely a Nia Bay.
That was at
Yep.
Nia Bay,
At our
and she
camp
was.
spot.
This was taken back in about 1970, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes, it was.
You look like a flower child.
Oh, thank you.
And this is cousin Robin McMillan and us up there having a good time. Went camping for a couple of nights up there. Way cool. And here's Kitt and Stephanie holding the earth up. You wondered what keeps the earth up. Some people think it's gravity or spinning rotation. No. It's gymnastic moves like this.
This was on our way home, and we had lunch at, this is Raven and his dad, Robin, and we were having lunch in Port Townsend.
And you get to check out one of my more famous faces.
Yep, it's called the chip face. And here we are with the Stawallis again. And we're in San Francisco doing the fish market.
Yep,
Yeah.
with their whole family and our whole family, minus Josh.
Minus Josh. And here, tell us about the flying fish, Stephanie.
Pretty cool. Yeah, they had flying fish, which they would throw the fish, and somebody would have to catch them.
And if they didn't catch it,
They went on the floor. Yeah.
or they got a fish face.
Yes, they did.
Well, you
Another
took
one
this
of my
picture.
favorites. This is starting in Whidbey Island. We went touring around the island one evening, and we watched the sunset over this beautiful lake.
And this is Stephanie licking a popsicle. Or is it
Or blowing a
Tootsie Roll?
dandelion.
Actually, it wasn't a
Oh, it
lake.
was
This is
blowing a
actually
dandelion.
right on the shore looking out the Pacific.
Oh, just kidding. I was freezing my little tail off on the ferry out on the bow, right? Yep, over to
Are you sure it
Port
wasn't
Townsend.
the bow?
Yes.
Okay.
So this took us over from Whidbey Island over to Port Townsend. We're on a big ferry that ferried our entire truck with the camper on it because we were going to go camping with cousin Robin at the Olympic Peninsula at Nia Bay.
You can either drive around to the top of the island, go across the bridge. And how long would that take?
Well, that was at Defiance, and it was a 2-hour trip just to get to Seattle, and we still would have had to
Go around
and back up.
So maybe about, what, 3.5 hours?
Easily. Yeah.
So you could drive 3.5 hours, or you could take a 20-minute ferry ride. And what did it cost for the 20-minute ferry ride to get your camper across there?
$35, $50.
I think it's $55. And so it's pretty pricey, but it did save a lot of time. And I was looking at some of these big trucks. They had like timber trucks and other things. It's like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? It was exciting.
And this is right at the little bed and breakfast that we stayed at.
And this is the start of your modeling career.
Oh, of course. Me and my mama's nice, pretty boots. We got the chance to visit with Jerry and Susie Stonebridge. They were wonderful to us, and he took us touring around the island one day.
This is up at the Olympic Peninsula, where he has at Amanda Park. And by that time, Vicki had joined us at the end of July, and this is one of his favorite spots near his cabin.
And Vicki is?
Our foreign exchange student. She came back and visited us.
For a
And
month.
it was cold. And this
There
is
you
up
are,
at
bundled up.
Quinault.
And they have these blue hydrangeas that just grow wild there. It's just amazing.
After that, we went up to Seattle again.
Again? Yeah, we went back and forth, didn't we?
Yep.
And so this is just any old place in Seattle.
This was at the Space Needle. While we were in Seattle, we got the chance to meet Vicky's sister Lindsay and Lindsay's boyfriend Ollie. We had a great time with them. We got to go golfing and tour around Seattle.
And this picture is taken with us standing where in the city with the needle in the background, right? We were standing on top of a building.
No.
No, it was actually taken at the top of the needle, and this is a backdrop picture that they pull down behind us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I got the awesome chance to blow glass. It was cool because he just said, hey, you want to see it? Because I had been watching them make the glass for like ever. And then he just said, hey, you want to blow? And I'm like, okay. It was so cool.
And then after he got it done, how big was it when you got done?
Oh, huge. It was like an arm basketball.
Yeah, so it was like the size of a basketball.
And then I was just surprised that it was just so brittle, like so fast.
He just tapped it on the ground and it broke like a light bulb.
I know.
It was way cool.
One of our many stops traveling the places was in Weed, California.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but there seemed to be a lot of hippie types hanging out there. Why do you suppose that is?
This is in San Francisco on the...
Lombard Street, looking down Lombard Street across the city.
And this is just the start of Kitt's birthday experience. Oh my God, we had so many experiences in that 2 days. I think about the next 10 slides are probably all for her birthday. How come she gets to have such good birthdays? And this is what we look like at the end of it. Why lie? It's for beer.
Help the Beerless.
Help the beerless.
We went on a trolley ride while we were there.
Did the whole city thing. That took a couple hours. That was pretty cool. Except it was really cool.
And this is a picture of Vicky, and she's in a contest to see who can get the best pose somewhere in their travels during the summer. And she's got her leg up in the air and is doing the Hollywood pose.
What? What?
That's part of Lombard Street.
Look at the crooked houses.
This is amazing. We stood in that line for 30 minutes to get up that hill for a chance to go down the zigzag thing. 2 cars in front of us blew coolant hoses, and so they had to pull over and stop. It was just stop and go up this huge hill. The kids started fighting. Everybody was irritated. So what did I do?
Had us
Kicked
get
them
out
out.
and walk.
You had to get out and walk, and that was the most peaceful time I had on the whole trip. It was great.
Pier 39, we were walking around San Francisco.
Getting ready for a sunset dinner cruise.
That was pretty cool.
The
We-
famous bridge.
The famous bridge, and we were going underneath it.
Yep.
On the boat. And I don't think we were on the boat yet. I think this was the part of the tour where we were cruising around town.
Could have faked it.
Yeah, I could have faked it. Bank
Yeah.
of Dad. That's what it felt like on this trip.
Me and Katie just loved that shirt.
Who's
Part of
on part of the tour again?
Oh, yeah. Okay, it was supposed to look like I was holding up the statue, and then my dad just kind of made it look like I wasn't.
Like you were holding on to this lady's breasts on the pillar.
Yes,
I
thank
thought
you
it was
very
very funny.
Oh, yes, I did too. Very much so.
This was on my mom's birthday catamaran cruise, and here we're nice, peaceful, just sitting on the boat.
Sunshine.
Yep. And then a big wave came and got us wet.
Does
Yes.
anybody look like a drowned rat, Stephanie?
Me, I do. It's because I got the full frontal thing of it.
It was
And then
very cold.
Oh, and Katie got some of it, and then Vicky, she barely got any. She got like a splash.
Yep, the first wave came and got Stephanie, and me and Vicky were laughing. We were like, oh my gosh, how funny. It didn't even get us. And then we went down again, and we were drowned.
And here we are all out there happy and cruising.
Caroline
And that's
got a
cousin
chance
Caroline?
to come with us.
Yep.
And I got a chance to actually drive this boat. It
Yes,
was
you did.
cool.
It was so cool. And then the nightlife came.
We decided to go, after the cruise, we decided to go to Chinatown for dessert. And instead we found matching hats. And Caroline and I had a great time.
And that's probably because of all the wine that you had on the cruise ship.
I wear my sunglasses at night. This is probably 10 o'clock at night, folks.
And it was on to Hearst Castle.
Oh, this was a very pretty castle.
It was
Holy
really
cow.
neat. While Vicky was here, we took a drive around Yuma area, and we found a bunch of tanks being displayed
This is
inside
out at the
poses
Yuma
some.
Proving Grounds.
Yep,
And this one was stuck, so you guys decided to give it a push start.
of course.
Yeah.
This was at our farewell dinner right before Vicky left.
We were all dunking into some food. Notice how everybody has a little piece and I have the rest.
Well, that was Johnny Carino's, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
New Italian place, pretty good food. Woo, baby!
This is on Uncle Doug's boat. It was very fun.
This is what a 12-year-old pinup girl looks like, right, Steph?
Maybe.
And this is what the first day of school looks like.
For
Yeah.
that 12-year-old pinup girl.
Yeah, this is my first day of school. It was like a month after Katie started hers. I was loving it. Katie was going to school and I wasn't. It was very fun.
Just like you're loving it now because she's out of school and you're not in December.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. This is exciting. After a 4-year no airplane existence, which is pretty hollow for those of you that know me, I got back into the airplane business. Kitt was promoted to full professor this year, and as a promotion present, she bought a 1/7 share of a Cessna 182. And she was so excited to do it, and I was so excited to fly it.
And then we went to Oregon with Ron Kenner, and it was fun.
Or Colorado.
Or it could have been
Could have
Wyoming.
been Wyoming.
But it was a great trip, right? We got a
Yeah.
few pictures of that in a little bit.
Oh yeah, this is my Pippi Longstocking picture because I have my I looked so cute because I have my little skirt on and then I put up my hair like that and then I looked like Pippi Longstocking.
This year I got a chance to play quite a bit of golf. I was on the Yuma High girls golf team again, and this was at one of my tournaments.
And this is a good follow through, right? But it looks like maybe your elbows are up a little too high if I analyze that swing. Probably did a little bit of a slice, I'm guessing. A little bit of a slice to the right.
Couldn't tell you.
She was also voted onto the regional all-star regional all-star
team for the city,
And you
and
got
I
it.
also made it to state this year.
And you got another letter.
Yes, I did.
3. That's 3 letters in golf.
Yep.
If you get one more letter, you can actually spell golf.
This is on one of our trips during the year for golf.
Okay, now this is that trip up to Wyoming. Let's clarify that. It wasn't Oregon. It wasn't Colorado. It was Wyoming. We went up to a kind of a party. Mom and Dad spent a couple of months up there this summer, and they were helping out to build this fabulous cabin and this ranch thing up there. And so we flew up and we got to visit them for a weekend. They had a big barn raising party. It was
the end of September, and it was the primo
was a place to
fall
be.
color going through Utah and Wyoming.
It was spectacular. The only problem is we had a little fuel leak while we were up there, and we had to work on the airplane. It was very exciting. This is exciting.
Yeah, me and my dad, and I am getting my scuba diving license. Well, actually my permit because I can't really get it until I'm 16. But that's okay.
But you did it.
Yeah.
And here you are on one of your first, oh, actually this is your final open water dive, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it was right after this you actually got certified.
Yes, I had to take a written exam and then I was certified.
So which one are you, the one in the green or the one in the pink?
Pink.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. It looks like maybe I had grown a little bit extra hair or something.
This was at the Pose annual campout at Uncle Brian and Aunt Bonnie's house. This is me and Brianna. She's our, we're both Greek goddesses.
Yeah, right. And this was what, like the 12th annual?
I think so.
Something like that. Fabulous little time. We all camped out.
This is me and Stephanie. She was a pumpkin witch.
And you look like you're like holding your pregnant stomach or something.
Well, she was a pumpkin.
Oh, of course.
This is the family after the campout.
At the camp out still, yeah. And we're all together. All right, this is me, and this is, when was this? October? October, yeah, it was October. So I had my 30th high school class reunion, and I didn't graduate from Coachella Valley High School, but I went there for a couple of years, and so it still is kind of considered my hometown high school. And these are my good friends Linda, Lisa, and Dean, and we were all pelling around together in high school. And here we are, still all kicking around 30 years later.
So this is Kitt wanting to be like Jerry Stonebridge. He gave me the shirt, he gave me the suspenders. I bought the boots because they reminded me of the Mod Squad, and I hoped to God to leave him up there, but he wouldn't see it that way, so here I am modeling the Jerry Stonebridge look.
And this is for anybody that's going to do
On-site
consulting
waste-
in on-site wastewater
Treatment.
In other words, if you're going to dig up septic tanks.
This was the very first part of my birthday. Early in the morning, Dad and I got up and he took me flying. It was pretty awesome.
Actually, a lesson.
That's true. I had a
This was,
lesson.
we were actually in the air for sunrise, weren't we?
Yes, it was gorgeous.
So we call that sunrise service around here.
Here's a picture with me and Ron Kinner, and he was the instructor, and it was a good flight.
And he's actually a flight instructor, and he's actually commander of the Civil Air Patrol squadron that I belong to.
Later that evening, we took Grandma and our family went to the play Mamma Mia in San Diego.
Oh my gosh, was that ever
Oh,
good?
it was fantastic.
And here we are at the poster bill.
Yep, it was a wonderful evening.
On Halloween, I was my own diva, and I got my own secret stash of candy.
And I wasn't planning on going trick-or-treating, I really wasn't, but my sister needed someone to go with, so I happily went along.
And it took you, what, 3 days to eat all that candy stuff?
No, I still haven't finished it.
Thanksgiving this year, we got the chance to go up to Arkansas, and we had a little family reunion. It was great.
Farrell's and the Poes, a whole bunch of us there, had a great time for family.
This is at my birthday. I just got a new pair of glasses, or sunglasses,
She was
from Mary
modeling
Kay.
them off.
And yes, I was showing them off to everybody.
This is what a 13-year-old looks like.
From
all of us to all of you.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!